Welcome to Dr. BTR channel.
Today we will go to discuss about Lambert-Beer's law. The Lambert-Beer's law is very important in analytical techniques for first BTech. Today, what are the learning objectives in this topic? We will be able to how Lambert-Beer's law proposed, state and derive Lambert-Beer's law, discuss the applications of this law, list out the limitations of this law. Now see that first of all Lambert-Beer's law. How this law is proposed. This law was first developed by Boger before 1729. It was later attributed to Lambert, who cited Boger's findings. The law included path length as a variable that affected absorbance. Later, Beer extended in 1852 the law to include the concentration of solutions, thus giving the law its name as Lambert-Beer's law. So, the Lambert-Beer's law is linear relationship between absorbance and concentration of the absorbing substances. It is combination of two laws. They are Lambert's law, Beer's law. Generally, how to define the Lambert-Beer's law? The absorption of light in the visible and near UV region by a solution is governed by photophysical law known as Lambert-Beer's law. According to Lambert-Beer's law, when a monochromatic light is passed through a solution which is containing the absorbing substance, the rate of decrease of intensity of light with the thickness of the absorbing solution, it is proportional to the intensity of incident light as well as the concentration of the solution. That means it shows that it is light source. This is a sample holder like cuvette. This light source has different colors, that is a monochromatic light. If light source passed through the sample solution, then absorbing molecules provide the transmitted light. Here incident light is indicated by I naught, transmitted light is indicated by I. When the monochromatic light is passed through the sample solution, then the decrease the rate of intensity of light is directly proportional to intensity of light and concentration and also thickness of the sample solution. So it is mathematically represented as minus di by dx is directly proportional to IC. This is equation 1. That means the decrease the rate of intensity of light is directly proportional to intensity of light and concentration. That equation 1 can be written as minus di by dx is equal to KIC. This is equation number 2. This equation 2 can be written as di by I is equal to minus KC dx. This is equation number 3, where K equal to molar absorption coefficient. Integration on both sides of the equation 3 between the limits I equal to I naught at x equal to 0 and I equal to I at x is equal to x, we get integral I naught to I di by I is equal to minus integral 0 to x kc dx. After integration, this equation can be written as ln I by I naught is equal to minus kcx. Here ln I by I naught is also can be written as 2.303 log I by I naught is equal to minus kcx. Here 2.303 log I by I naught can be written as log I naught by I is equal to k by 2.303 cx. Here log I naught by I is equal to absorbance, that is A. K by 2.303 equal to epsilon, that is a absorption coefficient. Cx. Finally, A equal to epsilon Cx, where A equal to absorbance, epsilon equal to absorption coefficient, C equal to concentration, X equal to thickness of the given sample solution or path length. This equation 4 is called as Lambert-Beer's law. Thus, the absorbance is directly proportional to molar concentration and thickness or path length. Finally, Lambert-Beer's law says that the absorbance of the solution is directly proportional to molar concentration and thickness of the sample solution. Next, we will go to discuss about the applications of Lambert-Beer's law. To determine the unknown concentration of the given sample solution by using Lambert-Beer's law as follows. That is, how to determine the concentration of the unknown sample by using Lambert-Beer's law. First of all, let us consider absorbance of a standard solution is equal to As, solution of known concentration is equal to Cs, absorbance of unknown solution is equal to Au, solution of unknown concentration is equal to Cu. First, absorbance of a standard solution of known concentration Cs is measured. Then, according to Lambert-Beer's law, As is equal to epsilon Csx. Therefore, As is by Cs is equal to epsilon x. This is equation number 5. Now, absorbance of a solution of unknown concentration of the solution Cu is measured. Now, we have apply the Lambert-Beer's law. Au equal to epsilon Cux. That implies Au by Cu is equal to epsilon x. This is equation number 6. From the equation 5 and 6, we get As by Cs is equal to Au by Cu. That implies Cu equal to Au by As into Cs. That means unknown concentration of the given sample solution is equal to unknown absorbance of the sample absorbance of the solution divided by absorbance of the standard solution into concentration of the standard solution. Since the values of Au and As are experimentally determined and Cs is known, the value of unknown concentration can be calculated from the above equation. So, easy to find out the unknown concentration of the given sample solution by using Lambert-Beer's law, this equation Cu equal to Au by As into Cs. Next, what are the limitations of Lambert-Beer's law? That is, first one, Lambert-Beer's law is not obeyed if the radiation used is not monochromatic. That means, if it is not used for the monochromatic light, then Lambert-Beer's law is not obeyed. Next, second one, it is applicable only for dilute solutions, not concentration of the solutions. Next, third one, the temperature of the system should not be allowed to vary to a large extent. Fourth one, it is not applied to suspensions. Fifth one, deviation may occur if the solution contains impurities. Sixth one, deviation also occurs if the solution undergoes polymerization or dissociation. These are all limitations of Lambert-Beer's law. Next, briefly discuss about the Lambert-Beer's law. In case of Lambert-Beer's law, there are two cases are available. Let us consider case 1 and case 2. In case of case 1, non-absorbing sample let. In case 2, absorbing sample. Case 1, transparent observed sample. In case of first case, I equal to I naught, I equal to 0. Then in case of first one, I equal to I naught, then T equal to 100%. In case of 2, I equal to 0, then T equal to 0%. Finally, to calculate the absorbance, A is equal to log 1 by T, log I naught by I. That implies A is equal to 1 by T is equal to I by I naught. That is absorbance. In this way, easy to calculate the absorbance of the sample solution. First one, Lambert's law. Lambert's law says that absorbance of the light in homogeneous solution is directly proportional to the length of the sample in which the light passes. That is A equal to log I naught by I proportional x. That implies A is equal to epsilon x. So that means the absorbance is directly proportional. The absorbance is equal to epsilon into x. Similarly, Beer's law. Beer's law says that absorbance of light in sample solution is directly proportional to the concentration of the solution in which light travels. That means A equal to log I naught by I, directly proportional C. Therefore, A equal to epsilon C. This is the Beer's law equation. Finally, Lambert-Beer's law is a combination of about two laws. Lambert-Beer's law says that the absorbance of light in a sample solution is directly proportional to concentration of the sample solution and thickness of the sample solution. A is directly proportional to Cx. That is equal to A equal to epsilon Cx. So this is the Lambert-Beer's law. Finally, easy to remember, Lambert's law, A is equal to epsilon x, Beer's law, A is equal to epsilon c, Lambert-Beer's law, A is equal to epsilon Cx. So it is very simple. Please try to understand. Thanking you.
If you like this video, please subscribe.